My name is Christine Mabbott. I'm a carer. I'm 73 years old and still going strong. I had a little red mat in the hallway and I don't know exactly what happened, but I fell. I landed on my left side and I broke my hip and my arm. I didn't phone for anybody really because I didn't want to disturb the children, and I thought I won't phone for an ambulance because they'll find out if I phone for an ambulance. I'm sure somebody tell them and then they'd be concerned. But I decided to phone my sister instead after a few hours on the floor. 7 hours to be precise, on the floor. I originally got up because I wanted to go and have a wee. I wanted to go to the toilet. But of course I never made it. So I had to wee while I was on the floor, which wasn't pleasant because you're lying in it. I couldn't get up. The pain was horrendous when I fell. But if I kept still, it wasn't quite as bad. I managed to get my phone because it was just above my head on the arm of the chair. I did phone my sister, and I think because she gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I phoned her at about 5:05, something like that. She came immediately and she tried to move me, and of course that didn't work because it was so painful. So she said, "I'm calling an ambulance." And I said, "I don't think you need an ambulance. I don't think I'm ill enough for an ambulance." But she did anyway. And yes, I was ill enough for the ambulance. I was in Glangweili for about 3 weeks with my hip, but I'm much better now. I'm much better, even though the pain is still in my hip. I don't think it's ever going to go away. The fact that I fell and I broke my hip and my arm also affected the fact that I couldn't look after my husband because I am his main carer. He gets carers 4 times a day and they're marvellous. I couldn't cope without them. But he had to go into respite and he couldn't come out when I came out because I couldn't see to him properly, and it was very frustrating. I felt terrible. The social worker said that if I didn't have Jeffrey out on the Thursday, she rang me on the Wednesday and said he'd have to come home on the Thursday, otherwise I'd lose the care package. And to be perfectly honest, I could never manage without the care package. Oh, my independence has been affected since my fall for the simple reason I don't go anywhere on my own. If I do, when I do go out with one of my daughters, because I feel more confident that way. Yeah, you know, I feel as if I feel unsteady, I can hold on to them. I have got a lifeline bangle, which I don't wear when there's other people at home, but I do wear when I'm home alone. And I have to press it if I feel as if I'm going to fall or do fall. And to be honest, I'm quite frightened to fall now, which I wasn't before. I don't have any rugs because I fell on the red heart-shaped one, which is gone up the attic. So I'm not having anything to slip on again. I didn't think I would slip in the beginning, otherwise I wouldn't have had any.